Your bank is robbing you, quietly, legally, and every single day. And the worst part is, you probably have no idea it is even happening. Right now, if your money is sitting in a checking account or in a savings account at one of the big traditional banks, stick with me for the next few minutes. Because what I am about to show you might make you a little angry, but it will also put real money back in your pocket. Make you watch till the end of the video because I have an insane bonus sign up offer at one of the best banks right now for you. So let's start with an uncomfortable truth. Most of the giant household name banks pay you almost nothing to hold your money, and I mean almost nothing. We are talking interest rates as low as 0.01%. Let that sink in. That is 1 single cent of interest per year for every $100 you let them hold. Now here's what they're doing with that money in the meantime. The second you deposit it, they turn around and lend it out to other people. For mortgages, for car loans, credit cards charging 20% or more. Your cash is out there working incredibly hard, generating real profit. The only problem is, that profit is flowing to them, not to you. If you saw my video on what money actually is, this will sound familiar. Banks create and move money through lending. That is the entire engine. And you, the depositor, are the fuel they get for free. You are quite literally lending the bank your money for a penny while they earn a fortune with it. This is the quiet wealth killer almost no one talks about. It is not flashy. It does not feel like an emergency. But over the years, it silently drains thousands of dollars away from regular people who never knew there was a better option. So today we are going to fix it permanently. But first, I need to clear something up because I do not want you walking away with the wrong lesson. Saving money is not the problem. Saving is absolutely essential. It is the foundation of everything. The problem is not that you save. The problem is where you save. And the fix has a name. It is called a high yield savings account. So let me explain exactly what that is, because the name sounds more complicated than it actually is. A high yield savings account does the exact same job as a regular savings account. Your money is completely safe. It is FDIC insured, just like any normal bank, which means it is protected by the government up to the legal limits. And you can withdraw it whenever you need it. There is no catch and no lockup. The one and only difference is this: it pays you dramatically more interest. And once you see the gap, you cannot unsee it. Here's the comparison that changed everything for me. A traditional big bank might pay you that 0.01%. A strong high yield savings account today can pay somewhere around 3 to 4%. That is not a small bump. That is your money earning hundreds of times more for doing absolutely nothing different. Let's put real numbers on it, because this is where it really hits home. Imagine you have $5,000 sitting in savings. At a typical big bank, that money might earn you around 50 cents over an entire year. 50 cents. You could not even buy a candy bar with a year of their interest. Now take that same $5,000 and put it in a high yield account earning around 4%. Suddenly, that money earns you roughly $200 a year. Same exact money. Same exact safety. The only thing that changed is that you stopped letting a giant bank keep the interest that should have been yours all along. And it gets better because of something we have talked about before. Compound interest. That $200 does not just sit there. It starts earning its own interest the next year. Your money begins quietly building on itself while you sleep, while you work, while you live your life. That is the difference between money that works for you and money that works for them. Now let's get strategic, because just knowing about high yield accounts is not enough. You need to know how to actually use one the right way. A high yield savings account is the perfect home for two specific kinds of money. Let's break down both. The first is your emergency fund. This is the 3 to 6 months of living expenses you keep set aside for when life inevitably throws a punch. A surprise car repair, a medical bill, a lost job. This is money you cannot afford to gamble in the stock market, but also should not be rotting away in a checking account earning nothing. A high yield account is the perfect middle ground. It stays safe, it stays available, and it actually grows while it waits to be needed. The second is any money you are saving for a near-term goal. Anything in the next few years. A car, a vacation, a wedding, a security deposit for an apartment, the down payment fund you are building. This is money you will need relatively soon, so you do not want exposed to the ups and downs of the market. But you absolutely want it earning while it sits and waits for its moment. So here is the simple strategy, and I want you to actually do this. Keep only the money you spend month to month in your checking account, just your bills and your everyday expenses. Then take everything else, every dollar of savings just sitting around, and move it into your high yield savings account where it earns that high rate. The goal is simple. Never let lazy cash sit somewhere earning nothing. Every dollar should have a job, and idle savings should always be earning. So by now you are probably wondering, Okay, which high yield account should I actually use? There are a bunch out there. So let me just tell you exactly what I personally use and why. I use SoFi. And I will be straight with you. It is, hands down, the best bank I have ever used. I am not just saying that. Their savings rate is consistently one of the highest out there, which means my money is actually working for me instead of sitting still. There are no account fees, no minimum balance requirements, none of the nickel and diming the old banks love. And the app itself is genuinely the easiest, cleanest banking experience I have ever had. Everything just makes sense. Let me actually show you what I mean. This is the app right here. Notice how simple and clean everything looks. You can see your balances, your savings, all of it right at a glance. And this feature right here is one of my absolute favorites. It is called Vaults. What it lets you do is split your savings into separate labeled pots, all inside the same account. So watch. I have one vault for my emergency fund. I have another for upcoming expenses. They are all separate, so I never accidentally spend my emergency money, and every single one of them is earning that high interest rate at the same time. It turns managing money from something stressful into something that honestly feels kind of satisfying. And here's the best part, and this is where it gets good. SoFi is currently handing out one of the most generous sign-up bonuses in all of banking right now. And I worked out a link for you guys to get the full thing. Here's how it works. You open your account through my link in the description, drop in just $50, and boom, you've got a free $25, just like that. That is a 50% return on your money in about 5 minutes. Where else does that happen? And that is just the start. Set up your direct deposit into the account, the paycheck you're already getting anyway, and SoFi will stack up to $400 more on top. That is up to $425 total in free money. For doing things you should already be doing, like moving your savings somewhere that actually pays you, think about that. You came here to stop losing money to your bank, and you can walk away with up to $425 in your pocket, plus a savings rate that crushes the big banks. That is not a deal you sit on. Bonuses like this get changed or pulled all the time, so if you're going to do it now. Check out the terms, and if it is something you're interested in, go ahead after this video and sign up. So let's bring this all home. Here's your move this week, and it is one of the easiest, highest impact things you will ever do for your money. If your cash is currently sitting in a big traditional bank earning basically nothing, understand this. That is money you are actively losing every single day you wait. Not in a dramatic crash, but quietly to inflation and to missed interest. Every day it sits there is a day it could have been growing. So open a high yield savings account, move your emergency fund and your savings over, and let your money finally start working as hard for you as you work for it. Stop letting the bank get rich off your deposits while handing you a penny. It is your money. It is time you made it pay you. If this opened your eyes even a little, do me a favor and subscribe and hit that notification bell, because I break down exactly this kind of stuff every single day to help you get ahead. Build wealth. Invest wisely. Be free. This is $1 Million Breakdown.